Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now heavyweight news. Heavyweight news. Talk a little bit of JP, Joseph Parker, former WBO heavyweight champion, right? Joseph Parker messed around and fought one time this year, but Alex the Pie. That was it. The other fight was in December 2018. So he's upset. He's a little frustrated at Matchroom because he's messed around, signed with Eddie Hearn. They was dingling Chisora in front of him, and nothing's been happening. So he's a little bit upset. He was waiting for some kind of news coming this week, but they were supposed to come last week. He had the spider bite, and he couldn't get. He canceled the fight with Derek Chisora. It's his fault. Got bit, couldn't fight, but he was trying to, reschedule the fight. He even got with Derek Chisora and told him, "What's up? We can reschedule." He said Derek Chisora got as quiet as Dillian White got when he asked Dillian White for a rematch. Dillian White been quiet about that. But speaking of Dillian White, let me tell you, Joseph Parker has been asking Matchroom to get on the undercard of Andy Ruiz Jr. versus AJ rematch. What we've been talking about. That is the best scenario. You have JP as close to Andy Ruiz Jr. as possible because he's the guy who beat him. That makes no sense whatsoever that even him and Chisora was supposed to fight on another day. We were talking about everything should be on that AJ Ruiz rematch undercard. That's what exposure is. JP is the guy that beat Ruiz because Ruiz may be about to beat Joshua again or something. It even gets bigger. As big as Ruiz gets, the dude who beat him gets bigger too. This makes sense now, doesn't it? And it wasn't no luck. It's like he was in that fight, which also shows about the attributes that Joseph Parker has, right? Because when Tyson Fury does something similar, then we checking those attributes. But Joseph Parker's not that tall. Imagine Joseph Parker at your boy Tyson Fury's height and weight. That would be dangerous too, now wouldn't it? See what I'm saying? But he's handling his business. Had a good fight with Andy Ruiz Jr. He needs to be on that card. He's been trying. They say he can't get him on that card. And in comes B sample Dillian White. Dillian White gonna be on the card. Haven't they been announcing that Dillian White gonna fight somebody on that card? Probably Charles Martin, which is not a bad fight though. Well, that's another story. It's not a bad fight, but they get rushing him on there, even though he has a B sample issue. His B sample hasn't turned up. He was, top dirty for Diabol and metabolites, and metabolites can get you in trouble. One of Josh Taylor's opponents, Ryan Martin, right, just got popped for the metabolites, and he's gonna get 4-year ban, right? And we can't get a B sample for Mr. Metabolite, Dillian White, right? He the one gonna start the group, the metabolites. But Ryan Martin can get in now. The bottom line is you're not going to just go mess around and fight and never readdress that, right? You have that issue, but you forcing him in on that undercard when Joseph Parker makes all the sense in the world to be on there. Joseph Parker's record makes sense. He's the one who beat him in a close fight with Anthony Joshua as well. Dillian White got popped dirty and was barely, arguably lost that fight with Joseph Parker if you take the headbutt away. And he was trying to fight him again, and he didn't answer. Joseph Parker makes all the sense in the world to be on that undercard. And he has been trying, which leads me to believe that's on purpose. How could we miss something that huge right there? Miss that opportunity for your fighter. And he's saying, hey, I'll fight for a little bit less and whatever, just to get me on there. I understand his frustration, guys. I understand his frustration. He's been trying to get the fight. But the thing is, there's two things that happen that you can't deny. One is you're focusing too much on Derek Chisora, right? Should have been Chisora, but if not, who I got, right? That's what that should have been. To waste some time with Chisora, right? And then the spider bite. That's not Chisora's fault. At least there would have been a fight if that didn't happen. But it did. But he wanted to fight. Joseph Parker wanted to fight by the end of the year. And now it's not going to happen. I think they should have did something to get him on that undercard from Anthony Joshua Ruiz rematch. I know I repeat myself, but think about it. Think about it from perspective of everybody involved. That's another big fight. If Joseph Parker was fighting somebody significant, if it was Derek Chisora or so what, on that card, you got a huge fight, and you can market it as Joseph Parker, the guy who beat Andy Ruiz Jr. Makes all the sense in the world, but it didn't happen. JP is a little bit upset and frustrated. I understand him, but he's gonna have to get in the ring now because all of that opportunity for that exposure, for people to understand that this guy is the guy who gave Andy Ruiz Jr. his best fight to date. We're not giving the public an opportunity to see him. It doesn't really matter where he fights, right? He was fighting in New Zealand and some, over there a few fights, but he was fighting some decent people, Takum, Dimitrenko, and them, really right behind each other. A couple of months break, right back in there. He fought 5 times in 216, 5 times 217. He's fighting, right? Or was it 215 and 216? And slowed down to about 3 and 217, right? And it gets slower as you get to the very, very top. But this is a guy that likes to be active, and now we have one fight in a year. That's not looking too good. So I understand him. Somebody better do something about that because it's a missed opportunity that the world is not seeing more of Joseph Parker right now, while Andy Ruiz Jr. is handling his business. Right? He's not, Joseph Parker's supposed to be just beating somebody and on the microphone asking for a rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. And so people can understand, well, what if he want a rematch? Joshua can't even beat him. Yo, because I did. And more people will know that. So somebody better hurry up and get Joseph Parker behind the microphone. He needs an opponent. You got to get down and soon. Don't Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.